All right, welcome back to another product category video. So we're talking about scents today. This is probably one of the more interesting ones that, I get excited for some of these products.
Well, this is something that you really wanted to chase. So we went to SEMA wanting to find scents. We wanted to smell all the scents because it's probably easier to smell these at a show like that than buying every single scent and working out which one you like.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a bunch from SEMA that we didn't have a chance to purchase and play with yet.
And there's definitely more that we've had as well that don't feature here. But
absolutely, this is kind of a selection in some different categories here around some of the various scents that we've tried. I think to frame this up though, so preparation is key.
Absolutely.
Before you lay down any scent in a vehicle, whether you're using something that hangs, something that you spray, something that goes under the seat of the car, the preparation, if you don't do that right, you're going to mask up rather than freshen up the interior.
And most of these products on the market will say that they will be able to remove odor. I can tell you now that's not necessarily the truth. And so you need to remove the odor from your vehicle first. So you need to clean the interior of your vehicle. So we like to use BioBombs. BioBombs has been a new find for us through us going to SEMA, and they have these BioBomb minis, which is like a little tablet that you put into a bottle of water and you use that to clean your interior. Then they have this deodorizer, big tablet that goes into like a bottle of water. It sits into the center console of your car, and you let that basically fume up the vehicle, and you can have that in the car for 12 hours or so, or you can buy the pump that will help to reduce it to about an hour or so, and that will completely eliminate all the smell from your vehicle if you use that correctly. Let me tell you, it works, because I had this car here locked up for 3 months while I was away. The stink in that car was horrendous, and I came through, I used the Bio Minis, and I cleaned all the interior surfaces, I steamed the carpets, the upholstery, the seat belts, etc., and I managed to eliminate all the smell. Once you've got yourself to a nice bare neutral smell into the car, I think it's at that point that you can start to introduce a scent.
Yeah, and there are products out there that are advertised as scent or odor removers. So we've tried things like CarPro SO2 Pure. Geon have a product out there, I think, called Purify. So there are products that are designed in a similar way to the BioBomb. We've only had hands-on time with obviously the CarPro one and the BioBomb.
Maguire's make a little bottle as well that you pop the tab off the canister, and that sort of fumes, lets the smell off into the car, goes through the air vents. You put the car through a hot-cold cycle, and you can do it that way. But let me tell you, the only thing that I have found is the BioBombs, through that cleaning process, that you can remove the odor and basically have a neutral smell to then introduce a scent. We also used other cleaning products. So our favorite two interior cleaners is the Griot's Garage interior cleaner and the Geon quick detailer, because those are our two best combos that we use to maintain our interior and keep that clean regularly. And I think if you keep on top of that, you shouldn't have any odors coming into the vehicle.
No, so I think the key is going to be to take all of the mats out of your car, take everything out of there, anything that could be a source of smell. So you want to make sure there's no rubbish, you haven't got like a umbrella that might be slightly damp in the boot, there's no sports equipment in there, everything comes out, everything gets cleaned. You use the BioBomb if you do still have a bit of a smell in there. You clean your interior with one of these two options, or both of them, depending on what you've got inside, and then you look to add one of these scent products that we've got here. We've got a couple of categories as well, don't we?
Yeah, and what tends to happen is people tend to layer up on the scent. So what happens is you buy one scent and you go, oh, that wasn't good enough. Oh, and in a couple of days, your nose has become sensitized to the smell. You're like, I can't smell anymore. So then I layer up and I put another bar in, and I put another bar in, and then I buy another spray and I put that in. Your car still stinks. But what's happened is it's now masked with a smell that's coming in over the top, and I don't think that's not the way that I like to do it, and I don't think that's necessarily getting rid of the root cause of the smell.
I think the scent should be at the end of the interior detail process. I don't think you should, if you detail your car on a weekend and then, midweek you're like, oh my goodness, like it smells in here, let me do a couple of spritzes. Nah, for me it's like you clean the interior and then you finish off with your product until you do it the next time. You don't layer up, as you said, these products. I think it comes down to preference here as to, do you want something that is hanging in the car? Because if you do, there are a lot of options out there. Everyone makes one.
And these don't last very long. These hanging options, they usually come when you buy a product. You know, you usually buy something, the distributor chucks a few things into there, and you usually get like a little disc that might hang or whatever.
They're like samples that get handed out. I don't think we're even going to showcase what any of those are.
But every company makes one. They all have the new car scent, a couple of fruity scents, and maybe like a cologne type smell.
I used to love these, the little trees. You can buy those all around the world. I used to love the black ice one. Every time I popped in to get petrol, I would get a little black ice hanger. I would never hang it. I would, yeah, we got it in a bottle here. I would never hang that. I would always put it like in the door pocket because I didn't like anything hanging or moving as I was driving the car that was getting in the way of my visibility. So, I mean, that's an option. Cheap.
And black ice was your favourite scent?
Black ice was my favourite scent.
You love that. You just lay it up and lay it up and lay it up. Like Glenn had so much black ice in his car that you could open the doors and literally you could see like black ice, little trees, like literally grow legs and walk out of the car.
I love that smell. Hence why we bought it in the spray option. I at Walmart, we got the black ice in the spray bottle. My idea with this was I could use the black ice hanger and then just re-soak it down.
Oh, yeah.
You know, save on a little bit of money.
But you're absolutely right, and I think scents are just personal preference. I mean, Platinum Potions, they have got, well, you got these sent to us, so Platinum Potions has got probably one of the largest displays of scents possible that you could use for the interior car. The catalogue is quite large.
They sent us 12. They had about 35 at the time of publishing that video. We've kept a few of them around here. And we use these probably more as a garage scent. You know, in New Zealand, a lot of people will have garage, it's like marine grade carpet. When it gets wet, it doesn't smell great. So these are pretty much being used exclusively to freshen up the garage at the moment, because any product that is in a spray form like this, so you've got these that linger for a bit. The spray form ones here, the benefit is you can, spray them on your carpets. You don't have to see them. They're not hanging around. The scent doesn't last for a very long time.
No, a couple of sprays and then it's gone. And that's what people find is they lose the scent, so they think they've got to put more in and put more in and layer up. Well, no, actually, just remove the odour from your vehicle and use this just every now and again is what I would recommend. So
we've got the Griot's Garage line here. This is the Stinky Be Gone. I really like these. There are two scents here. That is the JDM Squash, and then I like Light 'em Up because it's very similar to the black ice.
And that would be my two favourites as well.
Yeah, but these are nice, but this is no longer than a day in your car. In fact, probably less than a day, because I don't think you want to go and spray 20 spritzes of this throughout the car. I think it's a couple per carpet, maybe 5, 6, 7 sprays, but it goes very, very quickly. But I think scent-wise, those two there smell really good. I like those, and I've been going to probably those two there more so than that black ice or any of the other ones, the Platinum Potions on the table here. And then you've got like a product that you've been looking for and wanting to purchase for a long time, haven't you?
So this is an interior scent by Starnagloss. Now, this product does not last very long. They actually make two. They make a male version and a female version, right? And so this is called Sticker, I guess you'd say it. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
But it's what I think is one of the best smelling air fresheners around. And so what I do is I make sure that my car is nice and clean. The interior is really clean. I've had the bio-bomb treatment and I've got nice neutral palette. Then what I do is I put a few spritzers, like I might have finished cleaning the car, right? So might have done a full detail, put a couple of spritzers in each of the door wells or, footwells. And then it will last 1 or 2 days and it will be gone, and then I'll be back to my nice neutral palette again. Then I might clean it again, or I might be going on a road trip, so I put another couple of spritzers in, and then it lasts a day or so and goes. And that's how I like to use scent, because 99% of the time when I'm daily driving the vehicle, I don't want to smell anything. You get a bit sick of smelling a scent all the time. You get a bit sick of having a layered up type scent. And so that's how I use this. It's got enough for 1 or 2 days. Now this has got 24 karat gold flakes in it. It does absolutely nothing for the product. The lady scent has got silver and diamonds in it, which again does absolutely nothing for the scent. But I just think it's quite cool. It's quite unique. Starnagloss here is thought outside the box, and I really appreciate the smell. I think it's really nice, and I enjoy using the product. So this is my product of choice, and this is not to mask up any smell. This is not to get any great longevity, but that's how I use a scent. And I think if you keep on, up to date with your weekly maintenance and you're doing the bio-bomb process every now and again, I think you cannot go wrong with having a nice fresh interior. The other thing is that through the bio-bomb process is it's going to destroy everything that's in your car anyway. the way that product works is that it's going to destroy and attach itself to odors that could be a good odor or a bad odor, and it's going to eat away and destroy, and it's going to keep it neutral. So any scent that you're introducing into the car is naturally not going to last very long.
Then you've got the other option here, which I think is my preferred option now for a scent.
People will be asking what that is. It's like a nice, fresh male cologne.
Yeah.
It's sort of on that pathway of Chanel Blue, the man version.
Yeah.
It's sort of down that sort of line.
It's quite a strong smell, but you just go quite light with it. You do a couple of spritzes is all you need on that.
And so that's my favourite.
Then we've got these. This is my favourite. I do like the spray forms, but what I like with an interior scent is something that I don't have to see and I don't have to keep reapplying it.
Correct.
And it lingers for a while, and that's where the Bio Bombs bars come into play here. And preparation will be exactly the same, except these products here, inside here, they snap apart. You've got 2 bars, and what you would do is you would put it in a bag. So we've got, bring it around to the camera so you guys can see here. So there's a little bag, mesh bag. Yep. And the idea is that you get your bar, you break it in half, and then you put it under the seat in that mesh bag. Now, I've tried this 2 different ways. I've tried 1 bar in the car, like a half, and I've tried a whole bar, and let me tell you, you do not need a whole bar.
Half a bar's fine.
Yeah, so snap that in half. This supposedly gives you 60 days of freshness. I can vouch that definitely longer than a month.
Yep.
60 days, yeah, maybe if you put both in there. It was very, very strong, the scent though. I just couldn't bear it. I had to go to the half bar. But that is available in quite a few different scents.
So if you want something that's going to give you some longevity over these spray formats, then that's where you're going to go.
Correct. So I think if I looked at the table here and I had to rank these, I'd go, this is super important. You have to have a very clean interior to start with. If you're looking for a spray product, my preference would be these 2 and then this one here. And then Bio Bombs. Like, I think just the fact that you can kind of set and forget and you don't need to reapply, Bio Bombs I think is a great option.
But again, this is personal preference. So some of these scents you might not like. You might want to go to Platinum Potions because you're not sure what scent you want. So if you want to go for the largest range, then Platinum Potions will give you that ability to pick a couple and try them out. You can alternate them through, but you're also not going to get much longevity out of this either. So yeah, I mean, that's our recommendation, but I think you're right. It's all about preparation. It's all about having a nice clean interior before you introduce the scent, because A, you're not going to get very long out of your scent if your car smells, and B, these products in general are not going to remove the odor. Some of them will say they'll remove odor. Some of them will say they'll attack it. Some of them, they say they'll purify the cabin. Let me tell you, nothing's going to do a better job than using the Bio Bombs process.
Well, it's like putting a cologne on without having a shower.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that. So you've got to treat the vehicle process the same. The range that I do want to try is the P&S range, and I think that the one there that really struck out, jumped out to us was a eucalyptus.
Oh yeah, we smelled that nice SEMA, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was at the same time we found these as well.
It was. So I think that for a spray product, that's something I do still want to try. If you guys have any suggestions as well of anything we've missed, it's so subjective, as you said. Scents are very, very personal, but here's a few different options that we've been enjoying. And I think if you're looking for the largest range, you can't go past Platinum Potions, but I think Bio Bombs are doing something different, and that's why I'd really like to support
the odor removal is something that actually works.
Yep.
And so yeah, go and check out those products. But that's probably it from Omni Garage in the scent world. I think we've got a huge selection that we've tried. I think we've nailed down the process, and I think we're on track to basically just use that interior smell just as a top up when the time is a special time that you want to have a nice smelling interior.
Yep.
So that's it from Omni Garage. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more content.
See you guys in the next video.